Hello everyone, so today we're gonna talk about types versus interfaces, and from what I've seen there are some people with very strong opinion on which to use types or interfaces, and there are many people who haven't made their mind yet, and this video addressing those people who are not sure which one to use, because I'm not gonna try to change your mind if you like types to use interfaces or vice versa. It's more about covering the key differences between types and interfaces that it can help you to make the right decision. Um, because what is the problem when you don't know which one to use? It's your code base. When you open it and people start randomly using types and interfaces without any logic behind this, it just mess. It's hard to work with such code bases. Alright, let's get started. The primary argument in favor of using types is their versatility. Types in TypeScript offer more ways to define and use them compared to interfaces. Types can represent not only object structures but also unions of different types, providing a more flexible and expressive way to model data. And I would say it's the main reason to use type when you're choosing which one to use. And I guess you've probably seen things like that, right? There's a union type which can be string and number, and it comes handy. Okay, it's like name, for example, types name, and we have name, or maybe it's like person, right? And I don't know, for some reason the type of name can be number, maybe it's a robot, I didn't know, or ID, it usually ID, so sometimes in some code bases it can be either of those. Alright, and what's the problem with interface here? It's, as we said previously, interface. It's object-like structure. Right, you cannot simply use as union, right? You have to declare some value here, and then of course you can write something like that, but you cannot use it in the same way as type. Because what will happen? If we try to, okay, let's declare me and person. Okay, and alright, and now I want to have an ID, and it will be ID of some string. What I get is an error because type string is not assignable to type some interface, right? Because because it expected something different, and if it will be some type, there is no error, it works alright. Hopefully it's clear. And the second reason, or the second benefit of type, it's we can use it, they support, let's put it in a different way. Types support creating unions and intersection, and it goes, I would say, effortlessly. And I'm not gonna spend much time on unions and intersection right now. It's a whole another topic, and personally I really like using it. But shortly speaking, we can create very complex, versatile type with union, right? And we cannot do it with interface. And from what I've seen, when instead of using union types, or we can use satisfies, of course, in this case, but people go with making fields optional, and it leads to a lot of issues. But okay, I'll make a different video on why unions and intersection can can help you a lot in your code base in certain scenarios. But let's see, is there any benefits on using interfaces? And from what I've learned research, there is a point of speed. Interfaces, so there is like opinion that interfaces are faster than types during the compilation of TypeScript code. But at least I could not find a solid examples, solid data on this. And from my research, what I've seen that there is merely differences between performance, the speed of compilation between those two. But hypothetically, okay, I can imagine that interface is slightly quicker than types to compile to, but I'm not sure about this, how important it is. And the second point for interfaces, it's merging, right? You can merge interfaces and you cannot merge types. How it looks like, okay, let's write interface person, right? And let's say we said it has a name, and and it is string, and for some reasons we decide to add some new fields to this person, right? And for example age, which is a number, and it'll work just fine. And let's check it. Let's call it user, and it will be type of person. So the name will be, let's call him Bob, and age will be, okay, 40, right? And it works. We cannot do this with types. We will get an error here. And this is a cool feature, but you have to be careful with this one, because you don't want accidentally to add new fields to your interface and then forget about this in a few days and then have like debugging nightmare. So there were 2 points for types and 2 points for interfaces. And when you choose which one to use, you have to answer to those questions. Does the differences are meaningful for you? Are you going to use unions, for example, extensively, right? Or maybe merging interfaces is really important to you. Also, I've seen some opinions that people prefer the syntaxes of interface better than types, and sometimes it goes, for example, extends keyword, right? Some people argue that it's really intuitive, and it's hard not to agree with this, yeah. And some people just don't like intersections in types, right? So that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully now you have a better idea what is the differences, like key differences between two of those. And when you decide which one to use, the most important thing is to stick to one whenever it's possible, not make a mess of interfaces and types And that will be my advice to all of developers. All right, thanks for watching and bye for now.